Hi, I'm Gideon Burton, and I'm an assistant professor of English. I've been really excited by the concept of socially optimized research. Part of it comes from I've been studying the social media a lot. My background's in rhetoric and communication. When I instruct students in socially optimized research, what I'm doing is I'm helping them to make use of the social media as a complement to traditional research practices. Most of the time when students have a research project, they head right for the library catalog or a Google search or something like that, and those are good and important tools. But nowadays it's possible for people to be connected to other researchers or other people who simply have a general interest in that topic. So what I try to teach the students is that at a very early stage and an ongoing basis throughout their research process, that they should connect with other people who have an interest in their area of research. So I recommend to students that they test their ideas when they're just really in the budding stages, when they hardly know what they're talking about. And my concept there is that almost in terms of concentric circles of different levels of what I call social proof. So there are different kinds of social groups that will give them different kinds of responses, and different types of social groups are appropriate for different levels of development in their process. For example, when students are just playing with an idea, I tell them to go bounce it off their homies, you know, their roommates, their spouses, the people that would listen to them no matter what they had to say. And just get some casual feedback, just even face-to-face. It doesn't have to be online or anything. But then after they've done some preliminary reading and research and have more intelligent things to say about that, I have them create what I call a tweethis statement, and that's a combination of a tweet and a thesis statement. It doesn't actually have to be circulated on Twitter, but a capsule-sized version of their working thesis statement. I then ask them to circulate that over various social media, whether it's a Facebook post or Google Plus or Twitter. And as they do that, then they get another level of social proof. At later stages, when they have like a small version of the larger paper, a mini paper if you will, or if they have a very specific question to ask of an expert, I teach them how to locate experts who, you know, they're prepared then to ask intelligent questions of these experts, and they've had great success in having people respond to them. I had one student, his name was Neil, and he was studying a fairly unknown silent film director from the 20s. And he found one book in the library that talked about this film director. And I said, well, why don't you contact the author of that book and see what he has to say? You know, you've got a working thesis statement, and send him your questions. And the thought had never crossed his mind. He was a little scared to do that. This was a film professor at the University of Chicago. Well, he wrote this, Dr. Gunning is his name, and this Dr. Gunning responded within an hour and promptly told Neil that well, he was grateful for his enthusiasm, but he was wrong about most of his ideas. And rather than being, you know, crestfallen about this, Neil was actually really invigorated. This guy took my ideas seriously, and he saved me all this time by I was going off on this wrong tangent. That's one example. If people realize that they can combine this concept of testing ideas with the available social media, then they can have these virtuous cycles of communicating serious content that they get feedback on, and they can deepen and develop that content and then share it on a larger or different basis, and on we go. So I'd say the first step is faith in social media, and the second step is a basic understanding of design thinking.